Alrighty. Well, welcome, welcome to yoga with me, Kathy Reed, and so glad that you folks are here to join me today. Where we are locally, it's been pretty rainy and wet and damp and stormy, and as we discussed earlier, a lot of things are just kind of like breaking that like maybe you thought were strong, and this kind of goes to our our trees. So many trees broke down even in this storm. So today's focus of the class is to work on kind of developing our roots and really trying to find ourselves grounded and being able to at any time really picture us being able to have our roots going into the ground to help us stay up even when these storms come that shake us, whether physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it is. So, with that, we're going to begin today's class in Shavasana. So, laying on our backs, feet extended out. And if it's uncomfortable having your legs and laying flat on your back, feel free to have the feet come in to the either edge of the mat and the knees kick in and hug one another. Otherwise, laying on our back, have the arms out to the side. Feel free to get any wiggles out that might be left over from what you were doing before coming to class to being here and being present in your body, in this space, in this place. And really feeling this surface area of your body to the mat beneath, the ground beneath, the foundation beneath, the earth beneath. Letting your breath flow in and out with ease, not trying to change it or force it, but feel it and follow it. And as you lay here, maybe thinking about an intention that you want to set for today's class or for the weekend ahead or the week ahead. Something that you want to come into your body as any type of negativity and toxicity or feelings that you have right now that don't serve you dissolve out of your body into the earth beneath. What is it you want to bring in? Perhaps gratitude, love, acceptance, patience. Take a few moments here. And on your next inhale, allow the arms to reach up above, the toes to point out, big stretch. And then relaxing the arms and the legs. Allow the right sole of the feet to hug up to touch the inner left thigh, creating a bend in the knee as though we're already in our tree pose, except lying on our back. The arms can be wherever it's comfortable for you. Maybe they're cactused out, creating about a 90-degree angle. And really feel the connection of your left heel into the earth as the toes point up towards the sky. You may even wish to take your left palm and place it on your left hip as a reminder for the hip to stay grounded with the opening of our right side. Feel the left leg active. And then on the next exhale, allow it to relax. We'll take our right knee and draw it in towards our chest. Give it a nice squeeze. Grab a strap if you have one that you may need as we extend our right leg up towards the sky. You may wish to put a strap around the base of your foot right in the middle and extend it up. Or you simply just have your fingers interlace around your right thigh, perhaps your right calf, or maybe your right toes, drawing them down towards your face. Being gentle as we're still just warming up our body, saying hello, non-aggression. Several breaths here as we work to lengthen the backside of the left leg. Feeling free to have a slight bend in that right knee as well. Three more breaths here. Send the breath where it needs to go. And then release the strap or your leg, slowly allowing it to come down to about 6 inches above the ground, keeping it hovering up. Take the hands behind the back of the head, maybe curling up slightly, and then pulse the leg up and down for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allow it to relax. Turn your leg so it faces out. So the toes are pointing towards the lower kind of right corner of your mat, the long edge of the mat. And then as one unit, you're going to lift the leg up. So the kneecaps drawing out towards our right. And then again, just slight raises up and down for another 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release back down. And then turning so the inner thigh kind of draws in, left knee almost as though it's trying to point towards the left edge of your mat. Toes reach out that way as well. And then really thinking about that inward rotation, again, raising it up and down for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Very nice. This time allow that left knee to come in. Give it a nice hug. And extend the left leg up towards the sky. Again, you may wish to use a strap here, or simply interlace your fingers along your left thigh, maybe the left calf, maybe the left toes, drawing down towards your face, finding that length in the left backside leg. Several breaths here. Sending the nourishment of your breath to the areas of resistance, but also backing off if you feel pain. Hold for another 3, 2, 1. Slowly release the left leg down, just like we did on the right side. Allow it to hover maybe 6 inches. Fingertips come to the base of the skull, maybe a slight crunching of the abs as we pulse the leg up, straight up and down for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allow it to rest. Pointing the toes and the leg out towards the left side of our mat. It's as though the inner thigh can be parallel to the ceiling. Again, lifting it up and down for another 8, and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Turning so the left knee points towards the right long edge of our mat, and then lifting it up. Inward rotation for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allow it to relax, and then slide the left sole of the foot up as we complete tree on the left side. Again, arms may wish to be cactus at this point, out to the side, or maybe even the right hand gently pressing down on the right hip. Right heel digs into the earth, toes pointing up towards the sky. And stay here, rooted, connected, keen into your spine and how it's aligned. For this pose will be revisited later in class while standing. Two more breaths here. And stretch it all out. Toes point to the base of the mat, fingers reaching up, 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 up and above. And then curling it in. Nose comes to the knees. Begin to rock up and down, maybe even crossing at the ankles as you roll your way up to a seated position. Sometimes it's helpful in this seated position to move the flesh out from beneath us to really ground down our sit bones and really get that connection of our root to the earth. Allow the hands to rest on the knees. And then coming back to that sense of being grounded, that intention that you set at the beginning of class. What is it that you need in you? What can dissolve down your spine into the earth? Next, inhale, arms reach out and up towards the sky. And exhale, left palm, right knee twisting out, looking over our right. With each inhale, find a little bit more length in the spine. With each exhale, maybe twisting a little bit deeper. Inhale, arms reach back up towards the sky. Exhale, opposite side, right hand, left knee. Find length in the spine and then twist. Gaze out, maybe over the left shoulder. Inhale, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, heart center. Uncross the legs and take them wide, so the toes might even overhang the edges of our mat for our bear sit. And to begin, for adding in some like hip mobility, it might be beneficial to have the hands behind you as we simply allow our right knee to drop over towards the left side. So kind of this windshield washer motion and back up. And then left knee drops over towards the right and back up. Switching sides. We'll do this a few more times, other than maybe you can release the hands from behind you and bring them up forward and just focus on having that right knee come down and up, left knee down and up. This one is a very pretty good at lubricating our hip joints here, which is helpful for our tree pose. Do one more each side. And then wherever you're at, come back, have our hands grab our shins, and really think about drawing your chest open. Think about almost arching your back, this back bend. Big inhale, and then exhale, rounding the back, chin to chest. Inhale, open. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, back to neutral. Cross the ankles. It might be beneficial to use blocks if you have them to help get you up to standing. It might, or you can maybe pop up, uncross the legs. Sometimes it's graceful, sometimes it's not. It's okay. So for this next sequence, we're going to go back to the intention that you set. I'm just going to stand here so you guys can see me better. And we'll have ourselves in our mountain pose. So shoulders over the hips, hips over the ankles, palms are facing forward. Here we are standing now, having ourselves grounded through the four corners of our feet. Finding our breath. And then we'll go through some activation of the 7 chakras as it relates to our intention. So with our first one, our hands come to our sides. And then say and repeat in your head after me. I am rooted by, and then your intention that you set. And then picture a clock. We'll come up onto our tippy toes and bring your hands to about like 30 degrees. Let's see what time of day that is. And back down. Okay, inhale, I am grounded by your intention, and then the hands come just below the navel. Arms raise a little bit further up. I am empowered by hands come just above the navel. Nope. Inhale, up on the tippy toes, hands at the side, and coming to our heart. I feel. Arms come up, 1/3 above. I speak. And then your intention as your hands come to your throat. Inhale, arms come up. I see. Your intention, hands come over the eyes. And then hands all the way up, touch at the top. I am. And then hands to the crown as you release down your intention. So we'll do that one more time, beginning with I am rooted. So up on the tippy toes. I am rooted by, Arms come out slightly. I am balanced by. Arms come out more. I am empowered by hands above the navel. I feel arms to the side, then to your heart. I see. I speak over the throat. Arms up. I see over the eyes. And then I am up top. And then resting on the head. Keep the hands on the head. Feel this connection where you are. You are rooted. You are balanced. You are empowered. You feel, you speak, you see, you are that which you are looking for. And then come back to our mountain pose. Work your way to the front of the mat. And then shifting our weight onto our left foot, right knee raises up. Arms reach out in front of us as we step our way towards the back of the mat. Having the foot rest down about a 45-degree angle for a warrior one. Arms reach up towards the sky. And then exhale, heart center. Next inhale is going to be done in 3 kind of increments. So 1/3 of your breath, you inhale, the arms reach forward. The next third out to the side. Next third, full capacity, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, coming on forward. Inhale, 1/3 forward. Out, up, and down. 2 more. Inhale, forward. Out, up, and down. Last one. Inhale, forward. Bringing in that which you need. And back down. Arms reach up. Shifting the weight into the left foot. Go ahead and allow that right foot to travel. Maybe it takes you a moment or 2 to get there. Back to center. Left side. So weight comes onto our right foot. Left knee starts lifting up, 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 up. And then counterbalance with the arms reaching forward. Extend that left leg back, planting it down 45-degree angle. Find yourself in warrior one. Hips are square. So the right hip drawing back. Exhale, heart center. And then again, 4 iterations. As we inhale 1/3, we reach forward. We reach out, we reach up, and exhale, release it all. Inhale, forward, out, up, release. Inhale, forward, out, up, release. Last one, inhale, forward, out, up, and release. Inhale up. Shifting the weight onto the right foot, find ourselves leaning forward, creating that strength as we allow that left foot to come to meet the right. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, arms reach up, right knee lifts up, and then maybe we can turn it out slightly. Left hand can come to the hip, left hip. Maybe that right hand help presses the right knee away. If you have a chair, you might be able to have step up on the chair to help work this mobility. Otherwise, hold here. If you have it in your range, you can grab for the pinky toe edge of that foot and extend it out. Listen to your body and what it needs today. And then having it back straight, allow the heel to try to stay hugged to the glute as it comes back, and squeeze, 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 squeeze. Squeeze that hamstring as the heel draws towards the glute for another 5, for 4, for 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Opposite side. Weight shifts onto the right foot, arms reach up, left knee draws up, slight tuck of the tail, and then opening out towards the side. Maybe the right hand comes to the right hip, left hand might help press that left knee out and away. Maybe you find some extension and straightening of that left leg, whatever you need. Again, we're just working on some mobility, some balance. And left knee draws back to the center line. Start to allow the knee to drop down towards the ground as the left heel draws in towards the glute. And squeeze for another 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Set it down. Right foot draws back about maybe a foot or two, and the top of the foot, the inside of the foot, points and presses into the mat as we allow both knees to bend, finding some stretch in the top of our foot. Again, tucking the tail to whatever capacity feels good for you, being mindful of any injuries that you may have. And back forward. Opposite side, shifting the weight into the right foot. Left foot steps back a foot or two, and then finding that bend in the knees so you can get a good stretch along the top side of our foot. So often we have our foot flexed that it can feel really good to really counter it. One more time each side. This time the option to step even further back into more of a lunge, if that feels okay for you. Arms can reach out and up. Again, being mindful of the practice, of your body, and what it needs. For another 3, for 2, for 1, shifting the weight into that front foot to allow the right foot to meet it. Left foot stepping back, maybe just a foot or 2, or maybe you can reach back even further for this high lunge variation. Pressing into the top of the back foot. For another 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Coming back up. Allow the ankles to roll, kind of digging that big toe into the ground, and then switching sides. Very nice. Inhale, arms reach up towards the sky, right knee comes up. This time, stepping our way back, we find ourselves into warrior 2. So when we put that back foot down, it now is at a 90-degree angle with our front foot, toes pointing towards the long edge of the mat. Arms reach up, left arm reaching forward as much as the right arm is reaching back. Pelvis is open up towards the side. Maybe sink a little bit deeper. Finding your breath. Gaze steady and strong out of the front fingers. Maybe even the fingertip of your middle nail. One more breath here. And then reverse the warrior. Right hand travels down that back leg. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. And side angle. Front arm comes to meet the left thigh. Right arm reaches up and over. Reverse the warrior. Warrior, big inhale. Reaching back, reaching up. Exhale, side angle. One more time, each side. Reverse your warrior, keeping that bend in that front leg. And side angle. Back to warrior two. Right arm reaches back. Left arm strong and forward, pivoting onto the ball of our back foot. Arms reach forward, finding that strength to step to the front of the mat. Very nice. Opposite side, arms reach out and up. Left leg rises up, countering balance as we step back and plant the foot, that 90-degree angle as we land in our warrior two. Right knee drawing out and away from the center line. Relaxing the shoulders, away from the ears. Then gaze again, steady and strong, following the forearm through the knuckles to the fingertip of your middle right hand. Find your strength in all four foot corners of your feet. 4 corners of your feet, and let's reverse the warrior. Left hand travels down that extended leg, right arm reaches up and over. Side angle, right arm comes to meet the right thigh, left arm reaches out and over. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, side angle. Strong base. The legs don't move, it's just the arms. Reverse your warrior. Last one, side angle. Coming back to a strong warrior two. Finding our strength. And then back foot pivots onto the ball of the foot. Hands come to the heart center, finding that strength, that gaze, that stability that you have, that balance to empower yourself to step forward. And coming into our tree pose. We find our balance beginning on our left foot. Right knee kicks out towards the right side. And then maybe you rest the heel near the ankle of that left foot. Maybe the sole can raise up to the calf. Maybe it could come higher or higher. If it's on the knee, don't press into the knee. Maybe it can come up towards the thigh. And while we're in this tree pose, the inner thigh of the left leg is drawing into the sole of the foot of the right foot. So it's this squeezing sensation. They're pushing into each other, and that helps us find this balance, this strength. Picture those roots coming out through your base foot. Hands can be wherever it feels comfortable for you. Maybe the heart center, maybe you're a big hardwood with a bunch of leaves everywhere. Maybe you're a weeping willow right now. It's okay. Find your drishti, your point of focus, and stick with it. For another 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Allow it to relax down. Very nice. Switching feet, so shifting the weight into the right foot. Really find that foundation first before we immediately start lifting up this left leg. So find this length. This is our tree trunk. This is what's going to keep us stable. And then maybe kicking the knee out towards the left, we just allow some balance to play with having that left ankle near the shin, or maybe drawing up. Again, pushing into your leg with the sole of the foot as much as the inner leg is pressing back. Knee driving out towards the right, slight tuck of the tail. Your roots are grounded. You are balanced. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Allow it to come back down. Take the right foot and step towards the back of the mat so you're parallel to the long edge. We'll have the toes pointing out towards the corners of our mat, and then forward fold down. Bending into the right knee slightly. The hands travel over towards the right side of our mat. Then lifting up, creating this big circle, this big arch, this big rainbow across our mat. Bending into the left knee. Maybe the fingertips graze the ground. So finding this fluidity, this motion coming up, over, and around. Getting into the hips, the legs, your body, the moment, and following whatever intuitive pace feels right for you. It might be faster than me, it could be slower than me. There's nothing wrong here. This is your practice. Switching directions the next time you reach to the top. And continuing these circles. Mindful motion, mindful movement. And stop the next time you get towards the bottom. We'll heel toe the feet in so they're about double hip width apart. Seat, take a seat down, and arms reach up for an active squat. We have a slight tuck of the tail, the belly is drawing in towards the spine, and maybe coming up onto the right tippy toes and back down, the left tippy toes, back down, going back and forth, playing around with your sense of balance. For another 5, for 4, 3, 2, and on 1, allow the toes to point forward if they aren't already. Forward fold. Allow the head to be heavy, nodding up and down. Yes. Or side to side, no. And then heel toe your feet in towards one another. Work your way to the front of the mat. And then slowly come down as gracefully as you can. It may just wind up in a plop towards our seat. We'll find ourselves back in that bare seat, grounded, toes connected. And this time we'll interlace our fingers and then flip them inside out. So we inhale, arms reach up towards the sky, and then exhale, we round and forward. If this is uncomfortable, you can always use like a strap and have the strap come up if the fingers don't connect above the shoulder. So inhale, we reach up, exhale, round it out. Inhale up, exhale down. 2 more, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, arching, opening, and exhale, rounding and grounding. back to neutral. Take the legs out wide, or your version of wide. Sometimes you can like push behind you to get the hips a little bit more forward. Dig the heels into the ground, maybe a slight bend of the knees, and walk the hands forward. Maybe nice to have blocks in front of you that you can rest your arms on, or a blanket, or at home, a couch cushion can be helpful. And really breathe into your hips, right here, your groin, legs, glutes, wherever it is that you feel it most. Allow yourself to surrender into this pose. Give yourself the time to allow your body to heal. Allow these big, big muscles to lengthen and soften, to relax, to release whatever it is that's stored in them. Maybe it's lactic acid, or maybe it is emotions that we've been carrying. Allow them to go, to dissolve away. Five more deep breaths here. And after you finish that last exhalation, slowly allow yourself to start to walk your hands back up towards your center line. Allow the knees to come in, maybe using your hands to help guide and windshield washer once again the knees, mindfully, slowly, from one side to the other. And then taking the legs out straight for a seated forward fold. Again, this is another move where it's nice to maybe move the flesh out from beneath you, or if you have tight hamstrings, elevate the hips by sitting on a blanket. The strap may also be useful along the base of our feet. And then forward fold, finding whatever maybe rounding of the back naturally comes. Having the toes active, drawing towards your face. Breathing into the sensations. For another 3 breaths. And then chin comes to the chest as you slowly roll your way up. The hands come palm down next to your hips, staff pose. So we just extend the arms straight, chest raises, long spine, maybe the glutes lift just slightly, pressing in as though we can lift our legs off the ground for another 3, 2, and 1. Release. Right sole of the foot comes into the left thigh. First, begin by a slight twist. So trying to align, we're not going to align the middle of our body with our left leg, but we kind of aim towards it, and then forward fold. Again, the strap might be helpful here, depending on your range of motion and the anatomy of your body. Being kind to yourself along the way. Two more breaths. And then slowly coming back up, our right hand reaches behind us. Listen carefully as we roll onto our right shin. The hips are going to come up towards the sky for a variation of Wild Thing. So we press into our right hand, use the dig into our left heel, hips come up towards the sky, rolling onto the shin of the right leg, and then arm reaches up. Very nice. Stretching the hips, the hip flexors, the arm for 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back down. We'll take that bent leg and cross it so the foot stomps on the outside of that left leg as we prepare for a twist. We can use our left arm to hug that right leg. Right arm reaches back behind us, or maybe even bringing the tricep to the top of the thigh for a little extra leverage if you need it. And for another 3, for 2, and 1, release. Switching sides. Left sole of the foot draws in to the right thigh. Again, finding this length in our spine before we go into the pose, twisting over, and then allowing ourselves to surrender and fold, maybe using the strap, feeling into what your body needs from the practice today. Maybe noticing any tightness in one side versus the other. And realizing that we are asymmetrical beings. That is a fact. We try to work out some of these imbalances, but inherently, we're different. Four more breaths here. And then transitioning into our wild thing variation, slowly come back up. Left arm reaches back behind us, pressing our weight into our left hand and to our right heel as we roll onto the top of the left shin. Hips come forward and up. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Maybe up and over. Maybe gaze comes up towards your right bicep. For another 3, for 2, and 1. Returning back down. Nice, slow and controlled. Allow the left foot to cross over and stomp to the outside of that right leg. Right arm gives that knee a hug. Left arm reaches back behind us, finding that length, finding the twist. Wringing out. Again, any residual toxicity, negativity, things that do not serve us, using the support of this twist. Like a washcloth, it releases. And returning back. Scoot the hips slightly forward if they're not already in the center of your mat. Roll your way back down onto your mat, setting yourself up for bridge pose. Walk the heels towards your fingertips. Knees are about hip width apart, maybe even sticking a block in between the legs. So when you raise up on your inhale, they still hug inward. So inner thighs drawing in, big inhale, we lift up. Exhale, back down. 2 more, inhale, lifting up, chest to the chin, and back down. Last one. Pressing our feet firmly into the ground, lifting up, 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 up. And back down. Right ankle crosses over on top of the left thigh. You have the option to just simply press your right knee away from you, or lifting up for this variation of our bridge pose. Right knee drawing away into the right. For 3, for 2, and 1, back down. Take the arms out, either cactus or to a T, and let that figure 4 pattern simply plop over to your left side, finding ourselves in this nice twist. Gaze out maybe over the right shoulder. Two more breaths. And first, allow the gaze to come up. And then allow the legs to come up as one unit. Uncross them. And then switching ankle cross. So left ankle up above the knee of the right leg. Palms come back below, reaching for that right heel. And maybe it feels better for you to have these like robo arms, so the back of the triceps dig into the ground to help create some extra support as we lift our hips up towards the sky for this variation of bridge pose. If this isn't your calling today, that's fine. Simply work on pressing that left knee away, or join in recline pigeon pose. Up here for another 3. Left knee draws away, 2, and 1. Release back down, keeping the figure 4. Arms come out, either cactus or to a T. as they plop over towards our right side. This time the gaze coming out over towards our left. A couple breaths here. Our last twist, or our last detoxing pose. Two more breaths. And then gaze comes up. With one unit, allow the legs to come up. Uncross the legs, and then arms reach up towards the sky. Send the legs up towards the sky. And dead bug, wiggle it all out. Anything residual that's lingering that you need to get rid of, shake it out. Shake it down the legs. Shake it down the arms into the ground. Let it go away. And then stop the wiggles. Reach up. And then allow one limb at a time, right leg travels to the earth. Left leg travels down, slow and controlled, to the earth. Palm up towards the sky as the right arm works its way down. And finally, the left arm joins by your left side as we enter our final Shavasana. You may wish to remain in this traditional Shavasana, or you might be called for something else. I also invite you to maybe revisit one of the chakras and hand positions that we had when we talked about being rooted. So our hands by our side, maybe being balanced. You have your hands resting below your navel. Maybe being empowered by your intention with your hands above your navel, or feeling your intention. Rest your hands on your heart, maybe by your throat, for speaking your intention, maybe over your eyes or an eye bag, or on the top of your crown. Stay connected to this feeling as you soften your face, your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. With each exhale, sink a little deeper, melt into the mat, the ground, foundation, the earth. Allow the hips to soften and be heavy. May your legs drape and follow them below. And as the mind may wander, kindly beckon it back to your breath and follow it as it travels in and back out. Deepen your breath. Slowly start to bring awareness and movement back to the space, back to your body, wiggling the toes, the fingers, maybe even the nose, maybe allowing the corners of your mouth to curl up to form a gentle smile. And then rolling onto one side, allow your head to cradle in the nook of your arm. One hand connected to the ground beneath. May the space you're in be a conduit to send a message, maybe to someone, something, or even receive a message for yourself. Give a gentle tap to seal the message, and then slowly, when you're ready, push yourself up to a seated position. Please join me in 3 final cleansing breaths. Inhale our arms out to the side and up. Hands kiss. Exhale audibly, heart center. Inhale out, up. Exhale, release. Inhale out and up. Exhale, let go. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me on today's practice. And I hope there's a sense of rooting, of balance, of empowerment that you cultivated today that's able to carry with you until I can see you again. Namaste.